Hello, my name is Kylie Soares. Over the next couple of minutes, I will be presenting to you my personal quality improvement project. Continuous quality improvement describes the environment in which people can continually strive to see how they progress and improve. It utilizes evidence to analyze the data and then develop a plan. The plan is then implemented and continually reevaluated for improvement. Utilizing this framework, teams are able to identify problems in workflow, develop new ways of approaching issues, implement a change, and reevaluate the implemented goal. In personal improvement projects, the improvement is based on one's personal life. I chose to do this type of continuous quality improvement project. My personal improvement goal was to implement menu planning for our family. The photo on the right is my why behind this project. As you can see, I am 8 months pregnant with our second child due at the end of May. As a wife, mom, student, and nurse, my time can be stretched in many different ways. Therefore, by implementing this goal, I was hoping to maximize both my time and our money. Upon researching ways to make dinner time easier and cheaper for moms, I found many suggestions for menu planning. Although it seems obvious that I would go to the grocery store with an idea of what to buy, I knew I did not do this, and therefore our grocery bill was not only expensive, but I was going to the grocery store multiple times a week, and dinner time was often stressful. In short, the process that I followed was I took note of what we had in our refrigerator and pantry and what I wanted to use up, decided on meals to make for dinner that week, made a grocery list of what we needed, shopped, and then came home and prepped the dishes. To clarify the word prepping, in this circumstance, it doesn't mean cooking. It simply meant that I cut the vegetables that we were going to use that week or made the sauces for the marinade, etc. I found that if I did that ahead of time and all at one time, it did save me a lot of time. The photo on the right is a photo of one of my menus for one of the weeks in March. I do only plan out 4 meals of dinner a week. I find that leftovers are awesome and that things come up in which we aren't home for dinner, so this enables me to not waste as much food. Sarah was my peer support for this project. Although she wasn't directly involved in the day-to-day aspects of the project, she was able to provide excellent feedback regarding my change idea. My husband Trent was my support person for this project. I chose him as this project directly impacts our household both financially and at dinner time. He will keep me accountable to any goals that I set and is also willing to help me in whatever way I need. My specific aim is to spend less than $150 per week, $300 in a 2-week period, on groceries and spend less than 30 minutes a night making dinner. Please note, my budget is structured in bi-monthly intervals. Therefore, I chose the 2-week time period per intervention segment. Measures assess different processes within the CQI process. An outcome measure evaluates if there was an actual change in the outcome as opposed to just a change in the process of how things were done. Because really, what's the point of changing a process just to change it if you don't yield any change in the outcome? Process measures evaluate the change process. So in my project, I measured how much money I was spending on food and how much time I was spending preparing dinners. Balancing measures are unintended consequences that may arise as a result of the change. So in my project, I took into account if I would be dissatisfied with a set menu for the week. Like what if I had scheduled tacos for the night but really wanted pizza? In addition, I examined if this led to more food waste because I didn't use the food as quickly as I had anticipated. I utilized the Plan, Do, Study, Act improvement tool in my CQI project. This model has 4 phases per cycle that are completed, but each cycle can be completed continually in order to obtain the desired results. In the plan phase, one defines objectives to be measured, predicts an outcome, and plans for data collection. Next is the do phase, in which the plan is executed and the results are recorded. In the study phase, the data is analyzed. Finally, in the act phase, the changes are implemented and one assesses whether or not the cycle needs to go through the steps again to produce the desired change. In the plan phase of my project, I looked at February's bank statements and realized for that month I had spent $170 above budget. In addition, I documented for 2 weeks how much time it was taking me to cook dinner at night. I realized it took on average 41 minutes to make dinner. Upon studying these results, I was able to develop a plan to save money and maximize my time preparing dinner. I utilized menu planning to do this. Beginning the week of March 2nd, I began the do phase in which I took inventory of what we had, made the weekly menu and the grocery list, and then went shopping. I made sure to stick to the grocery list. Next, I prepped the meals. By performing these tasks, it allowed me to record the monetary amount spent at the grocery store, as well as the time spent on dinner each night. The photo on the right is a sample meal plan and grocery list that I used. Next, I began the study phase in which I looked at the data and figured out if my project was a success. I realized that utilizing this method, I was under budget by $43.98 for the month of March, which is huge for me. In addition, the average time it took for me to prepare dinners on the weeknights was 15 minutes. Upon studying the results of the intervention, I concluded that my change idea was a success. Based on this, I did not need to go through another PSDA cycle. However, as I have been utilizing this in April, I have been continuing to plan out the menus ahead of time, as well as prepping the dishes, and have found, again, success. Overall, I was pleased with the process and results of the CQI project. Throughout the process, I did not find that anything was negatively impacted by implementing this change. I did not find that I wasted excess food as I only planned for 4 meals a week. In addition, I did not find that my menu was limited. In fact, I was relieved every night to know that dinner was already taken care of and I didn't have to spend the extra time or energy thinking about it. My goal for implementing this change was to maximize my time at home on the weeknights while saving money in the process. I believe I did just that. Moving forward into April, an improvement I have implemented includes checking for what meats are on sale for that week and making my menu based off of that. In addition, I have also started to cook double the amount if I know that it freezes well. This has not only taken me minimal amount of time since I am already doing it once, and I have found it saves a lot of time when it comes to actually cooking the meal, as it is already assembled and ready to go. Throughout this process, I learned how valuable a change process can be. In my project, I studied a small portion of our budget and saw how with following the steps and continually reevaluating the process, how smoothly that it went. I can see how using a systematic change process would be very helpful in larger scale CQI projects as well. Moving into April, I have realized that dinner preparation is going quicker and quicker each week as I have developed a rhythm that works for me. In addition, I have utilized previous menus from other weeks, which has saved time in creating the menu. By doing this, my work and grocery list is already done for me. All I need to do is shop. Overall, this change has made dinner time less stressful, but also quicker, which has resulted in increased family time.